Every morning, millions of UK families pour milk without knowing what's really inside. While some brands hide behind vague statements and corporate silence, a handful are breaking ranks. What we discovered about these 10 brands will change how you shop forever. The UK dairy aisle has become a minefield of uncertainty. Questions about additives, farming practices, and supply chain transparency have left shoppers paralyzed with choice. Major retailers won't give straight answers. Corporate statements read like carefully crafted legal documents, and you're left holding a bottle of milk, wondering if you're making the right choice for your family. This isn't about fear. It's about facts. After weeks of research, contacting suppliers directly, and cutting through corporate language, we've identified 10 brands that have taken a clear stand. These are the brands you should not avoid. For decades, buying milk was simple. You chose full-fat or semi-skimmed, perhaps organic if you wanted to spend more. The brand barely mattered because milk was just milk. That simplicity ended the moment questions emerged about bovine feed additives and farming practices. Suddenly, the dairy aisle became complicated. Shoppers started asking questions supermarkets weren't prepared to answer. What's fascinating is how differently brands responded. Some went silent. Others issued carefully worded non-statements. But a select few did something unexpected. They spoke clearly. These brands recognized something the corporate giants missed. UK consumers don't need marketing language. They need honesty. They need to know exactly what they're buying and where it comes from, and they're willing to reward transparency with loyalty. The research began with a simple approach. Direct contact. No intermediaries, no press offices, just straight questions to dairy producers across the UK. The responses revealed something striking. Smaller, independent dairies answered within hours. Their statements were clear, specific, and unambiguous. Major supermarket chains took days, sometimes weeks to respond. When they did, the language was cautious and filled with qualifiers. This pattern repeated itself across the country. Regional dairies in Scotland, family-run operations in Lancashire, traditional delivery services in London. All responded with transparency. Meanwhile, the corporate supply chains remained frustratingly vague. What emerged was a map of certainty in an uncertain market. Brands that control their own supply chains could make definitive statements. Those relying on massive dairy cooperatives could not. The difference wasn't about size or price point. It was about control. Brands with direct relationships to their farming partners knew exactly what was happening on those farms. Those buying from pooled supplies simply didn't know. And that uncertainty is precisely what UK shoppers are trying to avoid. The most revealing discovery wasn't about what these brands contained. It was about what they represented in a broken system of food transparency. Graham's Family Dairy emerged as the standout example. Scotland's largest independent dairy made an unambiguous statement. None of their farming partners use controversial additives. Not "we're monitoring the situation" or "we're committed to standards." Just a clear no. What makes Graham's significant is distribution. They're stocked in Tesco, Asda, Morrison, Sainsbury's, and Waitrose, 5 major chains. This means most UK shoppers have access to their products without changing where they shop. You're not forced to travel to specialty stores or pay premium prices at boutique retailers. Their product range extends beyond milk. Cheese, butter, cream, yogurt, ice cream, quark, and skyr. One clear statement covering multiple dairy categories. One brand you can trust across your entire dairy shopping. Waitrose took a different approach but achieved the same clarity. Their essential and organic milk lines come from a dedicated pool of Waitrose farmers completely separate from the cooperative networks running trials. Waitrose costs more, but you're paying for controlled supply chains and transparency. The organic sector provided automatic certainty. Organic certification standards prohibit synthetic feed additives. This means any certified organic milk from Tesco, M&S, Morrison's, or Co-op is automatically clear. The certification does the verification work for you. What's shocking is how few shoppers know this. Organic milk isn't just about pesticides or antibiotics. It's a complete farming system that excludes precisely the additives causing concern. Yet supermarkets haven't made this connection clear in their messaging. Regional dairies revealed the advantage of local supply chains. McQueen's Dairies in Scotland didn't wait for customers to ask questions. They proactively updated their website and made public statements. No corporate caution, no legal hedging, just straight communication. The same pattern appeared across the country. JD Milk in Preston, Lancashire, Farm Dairies, Shones Dairy in Cheshire. All smaller operations. All making clear, definitive statements about their farming partners and practices. The delivery services proved particularly interesting. Milk and More, the national delivery service, confirmed their partner farms don't participate in trials. Parker Dairies in London made the same commitment. These services cost more than supermarket milk, but they offer something supermarkets can't: direct traceability. When you order from Milk and More, you're not buying from a pooled supply of thousands of farms. You're getting milk from specific dairy operations with known practices. That certainty has value. The cheese sector showed similar patterns. Wyke Farms, one of the UK's largest cheese producers, confirmed they and their partners don't use controversial additives. They also supply Sainsbury's organic own-brand cheese, meaning you can get Wyke Farms quality at own-brand prices if you know what to look for. What all these brands share is control. They either own their supply chain completely or maintain direct relationships with specific farming partners. This structure allows them to make statements larger corporations cannot. The practical reality of shopping with this information requires understanding which brands appear where. Graham's Family Dairy, available in Tesco, Asda, Morrison's, Sainsbury's, Waitrose. Look for distinctive red and white packaging. Full range includes milk, cheese, butter, cream, yogurt, ice cream. Waitrose essential and organic lines only available at Waitrose. Higher price point but guaranteed transparency from dedicated farmer pool. Organic certified options available at all major supermarkets. Tesco Organic, M&S Organic, Morrison's Organic, Co-op Organic, all automatically meet standards excluding concerning additives. Milk and More, national delivery service covering most of England and Wales. Glass bottle option available. Higher cost than supermarkets but direct supply chain transparency. McQueen's Dairies, Scotland only, covering Glasgow, Edinburgh and surrounding areas. Traditional doorstep delivery in glass bottles. Wyke Farms cheese, available in most major supermarkets. Also supplies Sainsbury's organic own-brand cheese at lower price point. Booths, regional chain in northwest England. Stocks Moorfoot Farms organic milk, confirmed clear. Regional dairies, JD Milk, Preston, Lancashire, Lancashire Farm Dairies, various shops and co-op stores, Shones Dairy, Cheshire, G&S Dairies, Newport, Cardiff. Availability varies by location. The pattern is clear. Transparency correlates with direct supply chain control, not with price or size. This information changes how you navigate the dairy aisle at Tesco, Aldi, Lidl, or Sainsbury's. At Tesco, you have Graham's across multiple categories, plus Tesco Organic for automatic certainty. At Sainsbury's, Graham's appears alongside Sainsbury's organic own-brand cheese made by Wyke Farms. At Waitrose, their essential line provides clarity without paying organic premiums. The budget supermarkets present more complexity. Aldi and Lidl rely on pooled dairy supplies and haven't made definitive statements about their sourcing. This doesn't necessarily mean their milk contains concerning additives. It means they cannot confirm it doesn't. For budget-conscious families, this creates a dilemma. Organic milk costs significantly more. Delivery services add convenience charges. Graham's products sit in the mid-range, but still cost more than basic own-brand options. The health implications remain debated. What's undebated is the right to know what you're consuming. When brands cannot tell you definitively what their products contain or how they're produced, that's a transparency failure, regardless of actual risk. The financial impact of switching depends on your current shopping patterns. If you buy basic own-brand milk at Lidl, switching to organic at Tesco increases costs substantially. If you already shop at Sainsbury's, choosing Graham's instead of own-brand adds pennies, not pounds. What's changed is information availability. You can now make informed choices based on clear facts rather than vague marketing claims. Whether those choices involve paying more for certainty is an individual decision based on priorities and budget. The biggest revelation isn't about specific additives or farming practices. It's about transparency. 10 brands across the UK have demonstrated that clear communication is possible. They've proven you don't need corporate language or legal hedging to talk honestly about food production. Direct answers work. These brands, from Scotland's Graham's to London's Parker Dairies, from national services like Milk and More to regional operations like McQueen's, share one characteristic. They control what they produce, and they're willing to state clearly what that means. In a market filled with uncertainty and vague statements, these 10 brands stand out not because they're perfect, but because they're honest. And in 2025, that honesty has become remarkably rare. Have you spotted any of these brands in your local supermarket? Are you already buying from Graham's, Waitrose, or your local dairy without realizing their transparency commitments? Drop a comment and let us know which brands you trust. We investigate UK food products one story at a time, cutting through marketing language to find the facts that matter. If you want more investigations into what's really in your shopping basket, subscribe. No corporate spin, no vague statements. Just honest research into the food you're buying every week. Britain Uncovered is here for you. Which brand should we investigate next?